He's back. I didn't do a song yesterday because the night before I think I got about 30 minutes of sleep, and I was, as they say, knackered yesterday. Had a bunch of things to do and just didn't have the chutzpah to get out there and do another song. But today I'm ready to go. I've been out. I did some. It's early morning here. Which is always strange doing these things in the morning because I'm used to playing them at night when you've had a whole day to get it together. But I've gotten a bunch of stuff done and fed the dogs, cleaned up the yard because it's a kind of a pretty day out today. We've been dealing with rain every day, so there's a lot of debris. A neighbor's house just up the street from me had a big 100-year-old oak tree that toppled yesterday in his front yard. Fell completely across the street, and I'm just going, thank God nobody was driving by or walking by because they would have been killed, because this thing is huge. It's 2 days now they've been out cutting this thing up, but it's so heartbreaking when you see a tree go, because you're not talking about replacing a block wall or something. You're talking almost in geological time. For even if he planted a big oak tree, to get as big as that one would be 75 to 100 years. So it was sad, very sad. And also, a question I've been getting is on the wall behind me. This is just a room full of clutter. This isn't really anything. It's not like a music room or anything like that. It's just got a bunch of crap piled up in here. But there was a thing hanging on the wall back there that people could go, what's that? What's that shirt? What's that shirt you got? So the mystery will now be solved here. When I was out with Toto, somebody made this, and this was a gift to us. It's great and scary at the same time. I will hang this back up. Okay. The song I'm going to do today, kind of a little bit of a backstory. There's a few things tied to it. But one thing that I've always loved working with Phil is how much he loves doing videos. And this song has just one of the most enjoyable videos we ever did. And it was the same for him with Genesis. All of their videos were great. And they worked with Jim Yukich and Paul Flattery as director and producer on their videos, who do just amazing work. But on this song, we had so much fun. We did the bulk of it in Australia, and there's a Western segment in it, and there's like a reconstructed Western town outside of Sydney. So we went out there and we all got into our cowboy gear, and it was like the gunfight at the OK Corral, and riding horses and all that stuff. It was so much fun, and there are vignettes within it with homage to like the Cars and David Lee Roth and all these different things. And then we also did a Road Warrior segment outside of Perth, and it was hot. It was so hot there, and there was stacks of tires burning, and the dog, I think, in the video was the dog from the Road Warrior. And George Miller, I think, was involved in that one shoot, who did the Road Warrior. I'm pretty sure. I can't say for sure. But it was an absolute hoot doing that. We had such a great time, and it ended up being really one of my absolute favorite videos that Phil did. And another thing that to me was always remarkable about Phil is when we rehearsed, not for the last tour, for the tour previous to the tour we just finished, we rehearsed, we did a couple of days of like rhythm section rehearsal, but we went in almost immediately into full production rehearsals at Brave Film Studios outside of London. Had a sound stage there, so everything was set up and could be tweaked and worked on. And towards the end of the rehearsals, oh, I got a notification. Towards the end of the rehearsals, we were inviting guests to come and watch the rehearsal and give us critiques. I think Barry Manilow and his band came one night because they were in London. But Michel Collin, who was our front of house mixer, would record every rehearsal. And then when we would finish rehearsals, we would all, as a band, go sit and look at the stage, and they would play back what we had just done so we could hear what it sounds like. And also they were at that point programming all the lighting and all the different things for the show, so we could actually kind of view the show as it would be minus us, and give critiques and really fine tune the show. And Phil had his hands in every aspect of it. I mean, that's one of the things I think is so remarkable about him, is like he was tweaking lights, tweaking sound, placements, all this stuff. I mean, it's not like a guy just walks out and sings tunes and plays drums. I mean, he's truly dedicated to the entire package. And one of the things to him that's always been like of utmost importance is the audience. It's not just him up there, going, "Oh, dig me," And one of his virtues that I think is really wonderful, and I wish more people in the business thought this way, his attitude was, the first audience to see this show deserves as good a show as the last audience who's going to see the show. So we would go in and we would do a long, maybe a month of rehearsals, fine tuning. And so by the time we hit our very first gig, it was like a well-oiled machine, and we had everything down. And that first crowd got as good a show as anybody was going to get on the tour, rather than kind of a learn while you earn attitude. And, oh yeah, first couple of weeks we'll dial it all in and figure it out. Well, that's not fair to the people that have dropped some hard-earned money and are excited to be there, and all that stuff. I don't understand that attitude of some groups, but you do what you do. So, but I'm gonna jump into this tune, and let's just go for it and have some fun. This is Billy Don't Lose That Number. There we go. Billy. That was Billy. Let me shut this off. Oh, Christ. I'm in such an awkward position doing this.
Singer.
Oh,
Phil
stop.
Collins.
Stop it. Okay. That's Billy. And again, I apologize for some sloppiness because if I'm sitting next to the drums and Daryl, I can dig in and the pocket gets really deep on it. Here I'm sitting in a funny position between tiny track, huge bass, and it's annoying as hell, but it's the only way that I'm aware that I can do what I'm trying to do. So I hope you're all hanging on okay through all of this. Yesterday I had to do a bunch of marketing. I looked like a hazmat guy working at 3 Mile Island when I left the house. People were probably gathering up their children in fear when they saw me coming. But I got done what I had to do, and I have friends that can't get out, and I'm making some deliveries to them and things like that. But the thing that blows my mind is the other night, they made a rule here, certainly in Los Angeles County, I don't know if it's statewide, but in the county, that you can't go anywhere without some kind of face covering, without a mask, a bandana, anything like that. And I'm standing at the market, and they got everybody segmented off like 10 feet apart. They're doing the right thing. They're cleaning every shopping cart, and everybody working in the markets got gloves and face masks. And there's morons standing in line without any gloves, without masks or anything, and they sit there for like a half hour waiting to get in. And then when they get to the door, the person goes, "You can't come in." And then they get pissed off. They go, "Why? Why can't I come in?" You have to have a mask on. "Well, can I go in and get you a do you sell them here?" And they're going, "No, it's a supermarket. We don't sell." And you just look at some of these people and you go, they basically have enough brain function for basic life support, I think. And that's kind of where it ends. But I think the shopping cart that was next to them probably had more intelligence than they do. And I saw this at several places, and I just go, man, this is nothing to be trifled with. I know people who've died from this, people who are very sick. And to be treating this like it's a cold it's quite staggering to me. And I was watching Mario Cuomo this morning talking about what's going on back in New York and being questioned about when's everything going to open up and blah, blah, blah. And he's so damn smart and just trying to explain to the reporters that when people aren't going to be put in peril to go out, then things will start opening up. But as of right now, it's too dangerous. So be smart. I mean, there's people, like I say, every day that are out there putting their lives on the line on every level. All the healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, assistants, all of those people, all the people working in the hospitals trying to keep them clean and safe as they can be. All the people working in the market and the pharmacies, and people are treating this for what it really is. So don't go out there and trifle with it. If you're going to go outside, cover up. There will be a time when you'll be told, we can go out now and it's safe. Then you can go out and celebrate with it. But right now, be as smart as you possibly can. And if you see somebody that's being stupid, call them out, because they're not doing anybody any favors by being stupid. They could cost somebody their life. So you guys take good care. I wish I would have played that a little bit tighter for you, but the thing is, I do too much talking beforehand, and if I screw up in the middle of it, it's just a pain in the ass to go back and tell my stories again. So take good care, and I've got a couple of deliveries to make today, but I'm trying to lay low. We've been having fun there's an app called Acapella. When you see all these videos with like windows with people all performing together, I think the one we've been using is Acapella, and I've done 4 videos now with Judith Owen and Pedro Segundo that are really great. She did a beautiful tribute to Bill Withers. And then our band, The Immediate Family, is finishing up our second one now, and it's fun. It's really fun. I can't be with any of these people, but when it comes down to doing these things, we're all back together again, and it's really a treat and a joy to stay connected like that. So safe day to everybody out there. You take good care, and I'll figure out what to play tomorrow. I've gotten kind of out of order, and I just think life is sort of out of order at this point. So I'm going to also do maybe some Tarzan and Disney stuff, because a lot of people discovered Phil during that period. I'll get around to everything that I can possibly do. So I'm going to go and fluff up a little bit here, maybe put a couple little bows here like I've been to the poodle parlor or something like that. So take good care, and I will see you all tomorrow.